How you doing, everybody? Tim from Ski Rex Media once again. And once again, I'm asking you the same question I ask every Thursday evening. Are you skiing Vermont this weekend? Are you coming here to ski with us in the Green Mountain State once again this weekend? Is that where your ski and snowboard adventure is going to be this weekend? I hope so. If you are, welcome. If not, thank you for joining me and watching me. Anyway, I hope that you are entertained. And if you haven't noticed, if you're new to this program or any part of Ski Rex Media, you might notice that I'm wearing the original Ski Rex Media t-shirt, no longer available. But if you go to the link in the merch, link in the description, you can get to the skirexmedia.com and then get to the merch shop and buy one of the new ones if you so choose. But I did not really want to start with a shameless plug. It just kind of worked out that way, me doing my shoot from the hip kind of thing here. But I will start with this. As I look past the camera and to the open window, the nice, sunny, beautiful spring day in the 50s spring day, it's nice outside. It is. I'm not going to lie. But I feel like, I'm not going to be doing these weekend Vermont overviews much longer. I'm thinking that the season might come to an end much quicker than we anticipated. That may or may not be true. I don't know, because things could change. It is supposed to snow a little bit over the next couple days, so I don't know. But the spring weather does make for some nice skiing, for some nice snowboarding. We know that. We all like doing some spring skiing and some spring riding, and that's great, but it could affect the mountains, what's open, what isn't. There are a few that went up. There are a few that went down in trail counts. As you know, very recently, every mountain in the state was 100% or 99%. And that's not the truth this weekend. This weekend, we do have a few 100%, or close to it anyway, and we have a few that are nowhere near it. Let's start. Let's have a look-see here. Let's start with the small ones. We all know the handful. And again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is Thursday morning's trail counts. So whatever was open this morning, that's a trail count we're going with, and then maybe we can figure out what's going to be open for the weekend. So less than 10, the Middlebury Snow Bowl and Suicide 6. Not uncommon for them. And Suicide 6 did lose a little from last weekend, but they're still open, so that's good. In the 30s, you have Burke Mountain way up north and Smuggler's Notch in the center east-ish. And they're running 30 each, and again, their trail count dropped too. Now, in the 40s, we have 5 mountains with 40 or more trails. In the 40s, between 40 and 50 trails. And here's where you can really see how some mountains lost snow and had to close trails, or for whatever reason they might have they've closed trails. Not everybody, like I said, not everybody's at 100, but some people are, and this is where you'll really see that. And from all over the state. We have Bolton Valley in the 40s, not at 100%. We have Bromley, southern part of the state, they're in the 40s, they're near 100%. Mad River Glen and Magic Mountain, Magic Mountain down the south right by Bromley. Mad River Glen is in the western part of the state. They're both in the 40s and near 100%. And then Mount Snow is down into the 40s now, which puts them close to 50%. So, and they were near 100% at 100% this past, last weekend and over the week. So they did lose something, but like Mad River Glen, Magic, Bromley, they were able to hold on. So there you go. That's where you really see that some parts of the state. And it's funny because some of them, Mount Snow, yeah, it's further south than Bromley and Magic, but not much. 15 miles, 20 miles, maybe. On the roads, the straight, like if you were standing at Magic and looked to Mount Snow, how far is that distance? It's less than 20 miles. It should be anyway, I think. So, and that's the difference. One's now down to, 50% and the other's still near 100. In the 80s, again, J Peak, 81 trails, 100%. Stowe and Stratton are in the 80s, but they dropped a little. They're still close, but not at 100%. Okemo went below the 100 trail mark. They're at 99. And then you still have a few that are over. Well, you still have 2 that are over 100. Sugarbush is at 111. 100%. Still 100%. And then Killington is obviously over 100 trails still. 134, which isn't 100%, but Pico's at 58, which is 100%. So you're talking 180 plus almost 200 trails for Killington Pico combined. So same ticket as per usual. That's where you go if you want the most terrain to ride around on, excuse me, all weekend. So that's that. That's where we're at. And again, we can figure that there is going to be snow coming a little bit. Some places have seen it on the overnights when it cools down. And again, I tell everybody, I'm in the valley, so I can't really judge by looking out my window what it is elsewhere. I obviously have to do like everybody else does. I have to go look at the snow reports. I have to look at the weather reports. I have to take into account that I'm down at sea level and they're way up here. So the mountains themselves, they're going to do all right over the weekend, especially if this little bit of snow hangs on. Or shows up, I mean, not hangs on, duh. No, because there is a chance of snow this weekend. Not much, down here in the valley, it's going to be a couple inches. That means it's going to be more than a couple inches in the higher ups and the further norths. So it's a little, and a little is a lot in my opinion. As long as we have that little bit, we can keep going. And as I said, I'm starting to fear that these weekend overview videos are going to come to an end a lot quicker than I would like. And I'm not even back on the hill yet. I'm not even off the DL yet, and that would still be disappointing to me. But I don't foresee anybody really dropping trails unless it gets even warmer. Like here in the valley, it's 50 degrees. That means up in the higher ups, it might be in the 40s. So they can hold on. Anybody who has a good base can hold on. They can hold tough. They can hold strong. So they probably won't lose a lot of trails. Maybe one or two here and there. If it gets cold enough at night, obviously snow can be blown and you can bring those back up. So I wouldn't expect there to be a loss. Whatever they have today, they should have through the weekend and maybe can, bring up one or two extras. But we'll see. Now, if you're not skiing this weekend, what's going on around the state? Would you like to know? Well, I'm going to take a drink first, and then we'll get into that. Excuse me. All right, so as per usual, we'll go over what's going on at these mountains. There's not a lot going on this weekend. Friday, there's live music at Bolton Valley, the Medicine Tribe. They're actually going to be somewhere else, too, I think, coming up. The Bromley's Mom's Day Off Cancer Support Fundraiser. This is take 2 at Bromley. It had to be canceled last month. Doing it again. Check that out. Moms Ski for discount, I believe. Can't remember offhand, but if you're a mom and you're interested, go to Bromley's website and social media. They'll tell you. Men and women ski and ride clinics at Burke. That's all weekend. The Slash and Burn Bank Slalom at Woodward Killington. If you're into competition, bank slalom action, Woodward Killington. Park-oriented kind of things, I would imagine. I mean, it's a race. It's a slalom race with snowboards. It's going to be great. Live music with Yuri C. down at the Snow Bar at Mount Snow, my home sweet home, and the gondola dinner at Benedict's at Stratton, as they do every weekend. You do have to register ahead of time if you want to eat in a 4-person gondola made out to be a mini restaurant. How cool is that? They have a few of them. Register. Check it out. Saturday, World Telemark Day at Bolton Valley. So if you're a telemark skier, get into that. Bolton Valley, they love that over there. Let's see here. The Bromgrom Rail Jam at Bromley. Mike McMahon, that's more music at Bromley. Bromley has all kinds of stuff. A couple things. I shouldn't say all kinds of stuff. But live music in the Bromgrom Rail Jam at Bromley. The Après Ski in the Bear Den, the live music series at Burke every weekend through the season. This weekend, Saturday, John Lackard Blues Band. That's at Burke. There's also Base Lodge sledding at Burke this weekend. So I think it's $5 and then $5 for a helmet rental, $5 for sled rental. You have to have a helmet. You can bring your own sled, no tubes, but you have to have a helmet. So you may have to rent that, but it's only $5, so that's pretty cool. Throwback Day by Zero Gravity at Burke. In the north, 80s themed. Go in there, get some discounted stuff at the restaurant that it's taking place at. And it's being sponsored by Zero Gravity Brewery. That's in the north. 80s night, throwback night at Burke Mountain in the north. And the same thing also by Zero Gravity in the south at Magic Mountain, though called Retro 80s Days at Magic. And again, hosted by Zero Gravity. And so there you go. If you're into the 80s and you want to get retro and you want to dig out that stuff and put it on and wear it out to dinner at Magic or at Burke, either one, you're good to go. Plus, Master of the Mountain Extreme Biathlon at Magic Mountain this weekend. down one of their diamond runs that they're known for. And then it's a free ride style scoring at the top and a slalom at the bottom, and there's no stopping. You go from one right into the other. That's at Magic Mountain. More live music at Mount Snow, Funk Evolution on Cousin's Deck, and Host of Ghosts Fish Tribute at the Snow Barn, local Vermont jam band Fish. This is a tribute to that band. People love them. I haven't seen them in years, but that's okay. Sugar Days at Okemo. You interested in that maple syrup? That's that time of year. The sap and the syrup and the sap is starting to run, and they're tapping trees left and right to make syrup. So check that out. The Summit Snowcat Tour also at Okemo. Kids Night Out and Ski for MS at Stratton. And then the Vertical Challenge at Suicide 6. That is a free, casual ski and snowboard racing, bragging rights only, no glory, locally. And that actually tours. It's going to be at Suicide 6 on Saturday and down at Bromley on Sunday, and then the Sunday brunch at Burke on Sunday. So as you can see, there is not a lot going on this weekend outside of skiing and riding, which is good because that's probably what you're doing anyway. You can always make your own fun after you're done on the slopes for a day. Just drink responsibly, don't drink and drive, party responsibly, and make sure you get consent for everything. Don't get in trouble, kids. I don't want to lose anyone that's part of my audience to getting in trouble, okay? So, there you go. It's not a busy weekend here, and as I said, it's spring here in Vermont right now. We might get a little winter action coming up, but it feels to me as I look out the window and have this window closed up so the sun's not hitting me right in the eyeballs, spring is starting to show up much earlier than anyone wanted it to. But we could still make it into April. I think it's going to be a quick downhill, but Killington will be open into April. They always are. They'll make it again, and then we'll see what the West has to hold. But then that still means I'm done with this, unless people want to see it for mountain biking and hiking season 2, which I wouldn't be surprised if no one said, yeah, we want to see a Vermont overview on the weekends for the off season. That's great. Maybe we'll keep doing it, but for now, I'm thinking our season might be at an end, and I know that's pessimistic, and I know that's negative, and I try not to be that way, but I'm also looking at a spring day out the window, as I said, but that's okay. I'll still be here, and I will be here to go through the spring and the summer, into the fall, and into next winter, and we'll come back to this, but I'll keep doing this until the 2019-2020 season is over. Thank you for watching. If you did, I appreciate it. This is Tim from Ski Rex Media. Check the description for all kinds of contact information and whatnot, and subscribe and share and like the video, please. I appreciate it, and all that good stuff to show me that you all like it. Or if you don't, you can tell me that in the comments too. I don't care either way, as long as you are honest, okay? Come to Vermont this weekend. We enjoy it. We love you people. I love you people. I'll say hi to anybody I run into, and as I always say, we in Vermont will welcome you because we love the tourists and we love the tourist dollars. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the information. I hope the information was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the video and was entertained. I'll see you later. Bye.